guys, Acilicit Bones here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can make a playtime tracker, which if you don't know what that does, allows you to see how long you've been online for, specifically on your world or server. In order to do this correctly, you're going to need to understand how it works. So, I'm going to describe this first. So, the first thing you're going to need to understand is the scoreboard command, which I will explain. /scoreboard objectives. This is pretty much only used when you want to add a new scoreboard. So add, as you can see, this is listed just like that. And then players. This is how you add scores to people or scores to entities. So as you can see, my name is right here, and you have a few other options at A, which it kind of tells you what everything is, so I don't really need to explain that much of that. If you're adding something that tracks time, you would need to do it a little bit in a different way. Same with if your scoreboard was for tracking money, you'd also have to do that a little bit differently too. Alright, let's get right into the video. So, to start this off, you're going to need a command block, a comparator, a repeater, and actually that's it. This book you don't need to worry about, that's just for me. I'm going to show you exactly where you could find everything you need. So here's your repeater, here's your comparator, they're right here in the bed section. And in order to get a command block, you're going to need to type in /give command underscore block, which I'll post in the description of this video. In this book, I have all of the commands that you're going to need listed now. The first command, /give command block, we already know that. This command right here. This is the one that we're going to do now, which is your first scoreboard command. So you're going to type in /scoreboard objectives add. You don't have to add these quotations, but if you want to put something that has a space in between it, you're going to have to. So like this, for an example, you don't have to name yours online minutes, but that's just what I like to name mine. But before I do that, I'm going to show you what happens when you try to add it without those quotations. It's going to say syntax error because there's a space in between it. But if you go like this, there's now no space. But we only added half of the name, right? So we don't want to do that. What you want to do is go like this. Like I said, you can name yours whatever you want, but I'm just going to name mine online minutes. There we go. Our scoreboard's been added. But, as you can see, nothing happened. And there's a reason for that. Because we're now going to need to type in our second command, /scoreboard objectives setdisplay sidebar online minutes descending. Now, with this, what it's going to do is it's going to make it so we can see our scoreboard. It's going to show specifically right here in the middle right corner. You don't have to put descending specifically, but that's just what I'm going to put because that's what I prefer. Set display, sidebar, online minutes, and descending. So what that's going to do, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure descending will make it so whoever has the most online minutes will show up at the top of the board. So now that we have that there, that one's done. We don't gotta worry about that. This one here, there's no point in running it until we have the setup done. So, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. You're gonna need to place your command block and type in this command, /test4 at A. Now we're just gonna copy and paste that. There we go. And I'm just gonna remove the slash because I don't really want it to be there. And then you're gonna need to set it to repeat. For now, leave it on needs redstone, and you're going to see why in a minute. But now you place your comparator right here in front of the command block just like this, and then your repeater. You don't need to worry about changing any settings with the repeater, it's fine like this. And it has to be like that or else it won't work properly. So like if you went like this, then it wouldn't run. Same with if you went like this. You need to look at your command block. I'd recommend placing it like this, so like stand back a little bit and then face it like that, so that way you know exactly how to place it properly, because otherwise, if you went like this, you might end up messing up. But if you place it like this, the command block itself will guide you. Pretty much, whatever way this arrow is facing, that's where you begin your chain, like that. And now you're going to need to place one more command block. We're now going to need to type in another command. /scoreboard players add at A, so all players in your world, online minutes 1. Now we're going to put this command into here. I'm also going to remove the slash again, because when you add commands in a command block, you don't need to have a slash, so I just like how it looks like that. Now, this is a super important part right here, because how Minecraft commands work in a command block is they run off of ticks. So if you want this to specifically track how many minutes you or someone else has been online for, you're going to need to change this right here, where it says tick delay. You're going to need to change this specifically to 1200 or 1200. Now, don't add any special characters like that, because it won't work. Because like, it just needs to be the numbers. Just like that. And this is another important bit. You need to set this to repeat, because when you don't, it'll only run once. So pretty much when this turns on, it'll say that you got a minute, but it'll only work once. So, and we obviously want it to track more than just 1 minute, right? So you gotta set it to repeat. And leave this on needs redstone, because otherwise it won't work properly either. But yeah, leave this as is, it's fine. Just like this, repeat, and no tick delay, because if you add a tick delay with this one, it'll make it so it doesn't track exactly how many minutes. And if you add too much of a delay, it might not even work as intended at all. What we're going to do now is we're going to set this to always active. And now, as you can see, it says we've been online for 1 minute, but as you can also see, it's spamming our chat. So that's where this command right here comes in. /game rule command block output false. We need to type that in. Game rule command block output false. There we go. What that does is it stops our chat from being spammed, like so. But you're not done yet, because how Minecraft works is everywhere you are in your world, those chunks are loaded. So pretty much right now, this is running and it's tracking our minutes, but as soon as we go too far from our command blocks, it's going to stop tracking, because this chunk here will get unloaded. So we need to type in one last command, and what that command is it's /ticking area add circle tilde 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 and then 2. I'd recommend standing right in the middle of both of your command blocks when you type this in, so that way you get just the right amount of a radius. Circle tilde 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 and then 2. Just like that. Now what this does is it keeps this chunk specifically running 24/7 no matter where you are in your world. And look at that, we've got 2 minutes now. One thing I'm going to say before you click off this video, I don't know if you noticed, but we automatically got 1 minute when it wasn't fully a minute yet. That's because we forgot to turn off execute on first tick. So if you want to be super specific with exactly how long your stuff runs for, we're going to need to change a few things. So we're going to need to have this like that. There we go. And we're going to need to turn this off. So pretty much everything else stays exactly the same except this. Execute on first tick. If you wanted to track exactly how many minutes, even down to the dot, you're going to need that. Now, as soon as we turn this on, it won't add 1 minute as soon as we activate it, and it'll track exactly when a minute goes by from the time you activate it. That's what that does. But other than that, everything you see in this video should work in the latest version of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope this is able to help you with whatever. Or if you're just here to learn about commands, that's fine too. That's how everything works. Goodbye.